Time to see what the wizards are up to.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Happy Tuesday. We have quite a bit to cover today.
Lots of cool stuff.
I'm trying to figure out where my slides start here. We will start out with our usual of, winners of our weekly contest and the tournament, a couple of events we have going on, and then Rob's going to be sharing some cool stuff, some spoilers from Sorcerer and the upcoming Hero Realms set. So first, every week we do a giveaway on the stream, and last week we had a contest for the Epic Draft set, and the winner was Lauren Bodner from New Jersey. Congratulations. We'll be reaching out to you to get that to you. And this week we're giving away Kapow Volume 2. I love Kapow. It is, I want to get a couple of example dice just to show you. The coolest part about Kapow is these really cool dice that you add sides to the dice as you play. And then it's just a super fast, like dueling one-on-one where you're beating each other down.
Fast, fun superhero battles.
And the characters are just really, really creative. The heroes and villains, you can play as a hero or a villain, or if you're both evil, you can both play villains. It's so fast, so fun. We've had people really, really love this when we've demoed it at convention. So if you don't have it, or even if you have backed it, you can enter to win, and you can get an additional copy that you can share with a friend. And that game is not out yet. So you would be added into, you would get it when we're fulfilling Kickstarter backers. So we'll reach out to you and give you that information. And the biggest winner last week was, I don't know if I'm saying this right, One Car Less won the Total Con tournament. So we had over 100 people sign up for the Star Realms online tournament for Total Con. This was a free tournament that we ran as part of our participation in the Total Con online tournament. One Car Less won, so congratulations. He'll be winning the awesome signed playmat that I showed last week, signed by Rob Doherty and Darren Castle.
Congratulations. Nice job.
Yeah, so nice job on that. And some of the other winners will also get promo cards that we'll send in the mail, the Dice Tower promo cards. So congratulations on that. We had some people ask about tournaments in general. Not everyone was able to play in that tournament. We're very, very close to having tournament functionality in the Star Realms app.
Yes,
so we haven't yet planned our next tournament because we would like it to be in the app. So as soon as we have that working enough that we're confident it's in open beta right now, and we've had some glitches and we've been working and constantly fixing those. But once we roll it out into the app, then we will run a tournament pretty shortly after that. We can run a tournament for fun, and then we can, figure out what's the right cadence to be running scheduled tournaments. And if other people want to run tournaments within the app, you can talk to us and we can set up specific tournaments for specific groups as well. If people have specific things they want to do in the tournament. I want to just mention our Twitch channel here because we've been pretty busy and active over on Twitch. This last week as part of the Total Con, I really enjoyed it. We did multiple demos where we showed how to play our games in the digital realm. I don't know if that's a good word to use. So we did a demo of a tutorial of sort of how to get going on Tabletop Simulator and how to play Kapow. So if you're interested in seeing how Kapow plays, or you want to get involved in playtesting Kapow, it walked through in detail a game. Chris Wan was awesome.
Yeah, he did a really great job running through those
great
demos.
Detail. A lot of times when you watch someone do a demo, you leave and you have no idea how to play the game. We went into great detail on that. We did one on Tabletop Simulator and how to play Sorcerer. He also did that one. And then on Sunday, we did a how to play Hero Realms on Tabletopia. And we also gave a little bit of an intro to Tabletopia and Tabletop Simulator on those. So if you have no idea what you're doing, a little bit of information. There's also great videos out there that you can search for generally on that as well.
So those videos we did this, or the tutorials we did this weekend, how would they find them?
They are, well, I hope Saffron can post the links. No pressure, because I didn't actually ask them to have the links prepared ahead of time for these 3 videos. But You can find the replay on our YouTube channel, on our Twitch channel, which I just mentioned, which is twitch.tv/White Wizard Games. And they're also posting them in our social media. So for the Hero Realms one, you'll see it in the Hero Realms discussion group. We're also posting things in Discord. So, if you are active on our social media or in our Discord server, you will be getting the links. They might not be posted. Basically, we post things throughout the week of what happened this past week. So, but they might be able to post them below here as well. And a couple things we have coming up this week. So tomorrow, Rob and I, that's Rob as Tough Nut with his Tough Nut.
The giant fist.
Kapow fists on. That's one of the heroes in Kapow. We're going to be chatting with Hub Games with Rory O'Connor and Michael Fox. They were looking for a guest a couple weeks ago. And I said, well, I don't know about tomorrow, but I'd love to hang out and catch up with you guys. So we got on their schedule for a couple weeks into the future. Now it's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you're not familiar with Hub Games, they are located in Belfast and founded by Rory O'Connor. And they do some super fun games. So we're actually trying out one of their games later today. So maybe next week we can tell you how it was. Prisma Arena, that's their newest game. So yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. And then Rob, you'll get to see twice in one day if you want. Or is it Darwin tomorrow?
I think tomorrow might actually be
Darwin tomorrow, 7 p.m. So every Wednesday, I know sometimes people are like, oh, this is happening. And they're very surprised every Wednesday, but every Wednesday at 7. And we post this around right before it happens too. But Rob or Darwin, their usernames are pretty easy to remember. It's Rob or Darwin, and you can challenge them, and they will play.
Yeah, so you can challenge, do a 48-hour game. So basically, we'll play live, but we do 48-hour games so that if we want to chat or check the comments and such, we have time to do it. And you can challenge us to a game Wednesday night. If we play you live and you beat us, you win 100 credits in the app plus bragging rights for beating the designers. So. Stop by. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, Carlos from Peru. Thanks for joining us. Game Freak. We had people that was so fantastic hopping onto those demos when other people weren't available. So thanks for joining the Kapow game. It was fun watching you play as well. Let's see. Oh, we have some other questions, but when's the Hero Realms Kickstarter coming out?
So soonish. So there's a bunch of stuff that we get ready in preparation for producing the product, and there's a certain sort of threshold of stuff that we want to have done before the Kickstarter starts. We're very close to that, and we're working on stuff for the Kickstarter itself, and of course continuing work on the product. So it'll be in the next couple months time frame for the Hero.
Be prepared to answer that a couple more times.
Oh yeah,
more people join
and basically once I get to the point where I'm like, so Debbie's constantly on the scheduling and figuring, okay, when are we gonna launch? And basically once I have enough of those items checked off and see like the final art pieces and stuff are in the progression where I know when they're going to come in, then then we'll sort of set a hard date. So I suspect we'll have a hard date set fairly soon.
Yeah. Yes, I hope so. Dice says, Kitty, thank you for the shout out for customer service. I know Saffron is working very hard to get everyone's needs met. And we get a lot of inbound customer service requests. So thanks for the positive feedback. Let's see. We have Debbie like, oh yeah, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
Hello. We have a lot of people saying hi. So hi from Nebraska. Rob, we're also very excited about the new stuff. So if if you play our games or you just found out about our games, so Rob runs a game store. He is a longtime supporter of our products, and we're getting Hero Realms, the base game, back in stock very soon. It's arrived. It's in port. It's actually in our warehouse. So I've been waiting to get the base game because you found out about it. You couldn't get your hands on it. You now can. Good Time Games is one place you can get it. That's Rob's store, and he's super awesome. I wish your store was near me. He runs like these like in-person, like live fighting with swords and, acting like superheroes and stuff, camps for kids that I want to go to as an adult.
Well, you could be a camp counselor. Or you're just going to pose as a kid.
Has a lot of candy and all kinds of fun stuff at a store. What's going on here? We do this weekly. We give an update of what's new, what's happening with White Wizard Games. You can ask any questions you want about our products, about the company. Let's see, the most popular game. All right, most popular game that we have. I mean, each different people like our different games, but I mean, in terms of overall,
yes,
how many people?
Star Realms definitely has the most players.
The most. Yeah. Okay, let me get back to my list here because I'm kind of answering a lot of questions, but it's great.
We jumped into question land. All right,
we can't wait to go to conventions, Rob. Yeah. Let me go back to my slides here and get back on track. Okay, so play testers. So we've been talking about the need for play testers. Kapow is available for play testing already, and that information is out on our social media. But we could post that link below as well, again as a reminder.
And if you're a backer, you can also find it in the update.
Yeah, and if you're a backer, it's also in an update. I just created a form for a sign up so that if you want to be part of any of our playtesting programs and also demoing at our virtual events, which we do occasionally, demoing at in-person conventions when those start up again, it's sort of a general form of, hey, I'm interested in helping you all make better games and being part of this fun stuff. But then it does get into details of, do you want to, for example, play test the Hero Realms digital app? Are you interested in Sorcerer? So you can answer which programs that we have coming up soon you're interested in, and we will follow up with you. A couple of things so I'll ask Saffron to post a link below with the link to the form. But one thing I will mention is, we will be doing quite a bit of the organization for our play testing, like we do with the Star Realms open beta that's going currently in Discord. So you will need to include your Discord ID. If you have any trouble and you haven't used Discord and you're not a Discord user, shoot us a message, through social media, whatever social media you are comfortable using, or support@whitewizardgames.com, and we can help you with that. But if you're not sure how to get your Discord ID from within Discord, but basically down at the very bottom of your screen, you can click and copy your full ID. And that's what we need to, basically we'll have like a playtester role in our Discord groups. We'll want to give you access to that. So if you're interested, check that out. We'll be posting that around and, sending it out in our next newsletter as well. And it's not like going to start today or anything, like it's coming soon for the Hero Realms digital app. But basically, if you join that program, you'll get information as we roll out each program. So for example, Sorcerer Endbringer is not yet available on Tabletop Simulator, but as soon as it is, we would email anyone who's expressed interest in that.
And this is a change that sort of was brought about by COVID. Like previously, our playtesting was all in person, at our offices or our homes and such, and we'd have groups of people over and we'd play, and we play in person, play live, which is great, but obviously not so viable during COVID. We wanted to make sure we keep continuing to have the level of playtesting we need to have the games be, to make sure the game quality is where we want it. And so we're opening up playtesting through various means like Tabletop Simulator, et cetera, to get those playtest games in we need. So the cool thing about this is that no matter where you are around the world, if you want to participate as a playtester, you can do it. So it's pretty neat. So the hardships of COVID have created some. We're trying to adapt and improve. Despite the chaos. So.
Yeah, and I'd love to have some regular time slots where we're playing different games. That's why I'm asking if people are interested in demoing. It was really fun to have the few demos this weekend where we were teaching people how to play, and I'd love to have whether it's Thursday night at 8, people will play Kapow. So that's why I'm interested in people who are interested in helping, because I spent my whole weekend on this stream. So I'd love to have more time slots for people to be able to play if we can get, people from our community to help, foster that as well. I know people are looking for people to play, so I'd love to be able to schedule some specific times as well, and specific times for play testing. Because Kapow, I know some people wanted to play test, but they want an opponent. So part of this program is we'll schedule some time slots for people to meet up in Discord, and we'll assign opponents. And, if we don't have an even number, then I get to play. So, or I almost got to play this weekend, but I didn't get to play. Demo time slots would be great, Andrew's saying, and I agree with that. So we had a question from Octavio Plata. So Captain Koska and contract negotiations. I know that I have a few promo cards that will be going onto the Board Game Geek store soon. Those may be them. But we'll also we're also looking at doing some programs where we give those out as prizes and things like that as well. So I think you'll be able to get them one way or another.
And also we're going to be rotating. So promo cards will be exclusive to various things for a while. Then we commission new art for them and we put them into promo packs. I actually have on my Trello board to my to-do list is getting started on the promo pack 2 for Star Realms, promo pack 1 for Hero Realms. So getting those cards available for folks.
Yeah, and I will just click on this really quick. If you're not in our Discord server, sorry. This URL has like a permanent Discord invite. If you're interested and you want to join, you can head to that link.
So let's talk about some Hero Realms.
Yeah, I think that's all for me. Now it's going to be all Rob with spoilers. So, and a little bit about Arena. He's going to talk about the Arena format, which we're doing each week as well. So my favorite,
the Necromancer. So this, so we got a Kickstarter coming up. We've been talking about it a bunch. It's going to have a bunch of new character classes. We've got a barbarian and an alchemist and a druid and a bard, and we also have the Necromancer. The Necromancer is going to be the Kickstarter exclusive character class. This was actually a fan favorite. So basically we did a poll that we put it together where we basically asked people, hey, what character class would you like to, see? And people were able to, write in suggestions. And the most popular one was the Necromancer. So based on popular demand, we have created a Necromancer character class, and this is going to be sort of an extra large character pack because if you're going to be a Necromancer, you got to be able to summon up some undead. So so in addition to the deck of cards that comes with the character deck and the skill and ability cards, we're also going to have skeleton tokens. So basically, so we're going to have some undead tokens. These will be additional cards in addition to the deck. And the Necromancer is going to be constantly summoning up skeletons and is able to use them in combination with her card effects as well. And we've got some more art, awesome art to show off here. So the bone dance, yeah. So one of the actions, Necromancer actions, is in your deck itself. Will allow you to bring up multiple skeletons at the same time, and take advantage of the skeleton. It's a dead man's party.
Show them how fancy your playtesting cards.
This is the highly fancy playtest version. So our early mock-ups do not look nearly as cool as the final cards. This card will let you bring up multiple undead there's also there's a skill and ability cards that allow you to bring up work with undead. This one allows you actually to bring back a fallen champion into play and have it serve you until it dies. So you can put your enemy's champions to who after you take them out, you can put them to work for you for a little while. And we have here. This is the Rod of Death,
Unlife.
Rod of Unlife, which helps you summon up more skeletons during the game. So this class is a lot of fun to play, and the art is beautiful, and
they all have happy faces. Did they have happy faces? I need to go back now and see.
They're all smiles.
Yeah, they are, actually. I mean, we did say it was a skeleton dance. So.
This character is super fun, and it's going to be Kickstarter exclusive. So basically, so this awesome original art, and plus the Kickstarter exclusives, you get exclusive access to that for a significant period of time. When we do eventually reprint it for sale in stores, they'll have all new art. So basically, your Kickstarter exclusive version will always be unique for its art, and for years the only way to get it is through the Kickstarter. So really sweet new character, Kickstarter exclusive coming in the upcoming Hero Realms Kickstarter.
I'm so glad that we did that poll.
It was
Necromancer.
it was a really cool suggestion, and Darwin and Danny and I have had a lot of fun working with these new character classes, doing design and development, getting them ready to go. Let's see. I got a question here. Oh,
they're very happy to be resurrected. Comment. So next we had some sorcerer.
Yeah, so we had a while back we had the Sorcerer Endbringer Kickstarter, and as part of that Kickstarter, we had lots of stretch goals unlocked, characters and domain packs, and this is Merlin, who is one of the characters we unlocked during the campaign, Merlin has a sad backstory where he died by suicide, sent him to hell, but he actually fought his way back to the mortal realm, but was transformed in the process, and Merlin now he's a really fun guy. So this is
a fun guy or a fungus?
Merlin has basically has a mushroom army that he summons up, and he's got these really cool cards.
Such a dad joke.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I can't help it. These minions, these fungus minions, all have wind destroyed abilities, and Merlin's deck is filled with these guys. So you'll have a bunch of them for your grimoire when you're playing as Merlin. And for an action, he can either play two of these guys from his hand into play without paying any cost. So basically, expend his skill card, spend an action, expend his skill card, and put two of your minions directly into play in the battlefield your Merlin avatar is in. Or he can search his deck for two of those cards to put into his hand. He'll always have access to these minions, and their abilities synergize off of each other. So the more of them you have in play, the more powerful their abilities become. And as always with the sorcerer stuff, just really, really beautiful artwork. The cards are gorgeous. All of these guys have abilities. When they're destroyed, they're frequently checking the number of the other fungi minions in that location with that when destroyed effect. So basically, the more of them you have in a particular battlefield, the more powerful these effects are going to be, and the better the synergies that you get. And of course, that goes really well with his primary character ability, which allows him to search up these minions from the deck, or to just pour more of them into play more quickly. Do we still have late backing for the Sorcerer Endbringer stuff, or is that closed at this point?
I'm not sure.
Either way, the Sorcerer stuff is awesome.
But I'm sure Saffron might know.
Yeah.
We're actually looking at our I'll just comment really quick. We're looking at closing our pledge managers a little earlier than we have been, and just having like a window and being better at communicating it, because we've tended to sort of leave them open for a while until it gets really closer to when we're fulfilling. But we want to have the data earlier and just be able to provide it to our partners earlier, and we're putting in a lot of processes around how we manage the inventory worldwide, and we're keeping inventory in multiple regional locations now. So I don't know. Saffron may know and may be able to post whether or not that's still available.
But even if it's not, when you back up future Kickstarter, our previous Kickstarters, including the Kickstarter exclusives and such, are available through that. So if you missed it and the Sorcerer Kickstarter, you can pick it up if you're backing the Hero Realms Kickstarter. So Merlin and all the other new character lineage and domain sets from the Endbringer set, from the Endbringer Kickstarter, we are in the process of getting those ready to put up on Tabletop Simulator. Once some of those are up, we're going to post we'll post an update to Kickstarter, let our backers know, and of course we'll talk about it here on the stream as well. And then you guys will be able to get in early, play those new characters, help us play test them, make sure that we're happy. You're happy with the play experience for them. But super fun new sets, all kinds of very cool mechanics. Peter Schultz, the creator of the whole Sorcerer world, and
he's on the chat as well.
Yeah, he did an amazing job as usual with these new Sorcerer sets. So I think you guys are going to love them just as much as you did all the sets from the first Kickstarter. And just like last time, these Kickstarter exclusive sets are super sweet, really cool, very thematic, and just really massively increase your replayability with all the hundreds and thousands of combinations you can play as with combining those different character lineage and domain decks and having your opponent do the same things. The number of potential matchups is at this point absurd, huge.
Well, that's what it will be awesome to have it on Tabletop Simulator and be able to try everything out. And right now from the original Kickstarter, we have all the expansion packs on Tabletop Simulator if you want to play with a friend online, and that's available already. Peter wanted to know, he noticed that we had, so Peter, the designer of Sorcerers, in chat, and he always asks us very interesting questions during our stream. He wants to know if we played Fog of Love. He sees it on our shelf behind us.
So it is on our short playtest playing list.
Yes, it's been on my wanting to play list for a long time. And I almost got to play it on my birthday, but it was actually a sham. It was to get me in for a little surprise Zoom thing with family, a couple of people.
But we actually have a game set up on the table downstairs that we're trying to get
here. Obsession. Yeah. So on Valentine's Day, I asked Rob to play. On my birthday, I wanted to watch the show Bridgerton, which is all about olden days in Britain, and I just loved it. And I saw this game Obsession on Instagram, and I was like, I want this game. I didn't even look at how it played or anything, so I have no idea. I've seen now. I think Sarah posted it as her #1 worker placement game on Dice Tower. It's been touted as like a lighter weight worker placement game. I think somewhat lighter weight than some of the heavier ones. But it's all about courtship and improving your home so you can invite over, other rich people and improve your social standing in Victoria and England.
But between our work and our playtesting of the games we're designing and all of our kids, it takes a little while to get the the games that are not part of our company onto the
It is set up on the table downstairs, ready to be played.
So we'll see if we get to play it before next week's stream.
Yeah. What happened was we got sucked into fighting zombies.
It's true. Yeah, we did. Got a little distracted by
cooperative zombie fighting game called Drop Dead. So if anyone's has an Oculus Quest and wants to join us fighting zombies, let me know.
So, speaking of digital games, we talked earlier about the Star Realms tournaments that are coming to the app. So we've been testing these in beta, and it's been getting. They've been getting smoother and smoother as we're going. Some of the early tournaments, we had just crashed and didn't function. But our most recent test this weekend had tournament went really smoothly. This you can see is the primary tournament screen. So on your main screen, where you start new games, or you click to go to the arena, there's going to be a tournament button. It'll take you to a screen where you can sign up for various tournaments. And once the tournament's signed up and going, you'll have a screen that looks like this, which shows you the current standings, the various players in the tournament. I'll tell you what round you're in, how long till the round starts. If the round's finished and the next round's coming up, it'll have a little countdown timer. There's a few minutes between rounds. So once the last game finishes, the little timer goes up saying this is how long till the next game, and you can see the standings. You can also see how things went on previous rounds by clicking over to the rounds button. We have Swiss rounds, and basically each game plays like a regular Star Realms game. We set up whatever formats we want for the tournament each round, and then we run a certain number of rounds of Swiss. And we have the ability to then cut to the top 8. Sadly, I did not make top 8 on this last tournament, nor did Darwin. But Debbie was kicking some butt in that tournament.
Yes.
Yeah. So she made it into the top 4.
It was like, good thing one of us made it into the top 4 so we can see if the prizes work, and the prizes did work. Yeah. I got a foil and I got some credits.
Yeah. So basically, coming soon, we'll have in the app the ability to run tournaments and set them up. We can do tournaments where it's just certain number of Swiss rounds. So maybe we do a tournament where it's like, we're just doing 4 rounds of Swiss, and everybody gets to play, and then we give out prizes based on record. Or we can do sort of the full championship style tournament where we have, however many players sign up, we run Swiss rounds based on that number of players, and then do a cut to single elimination bracket for the top players, usually top 8. We're really excited about supporting stores in the community with this. So like if you are, let's say you're a game store owner and you want to run a Star Realms tournament, you could connect with us, say, hey, I want to run a tournament in the app. We could set up a tournament specifically for you. People could join the event, and then you could potentially give prizes in addition to whatever things were in the app. We can also set up events for communities, like our Board Game Geek fan group, and the Facebook fan-based community, etc. Now we'll totally still support tournaments that are not done in the app. So people not done through the app's tournament software. So if people want to continue running tournaments through the challenge software or those sorts of things, and just tell people which matchups to do, much like we did with our TotalCon tournament this weekend, we're still happy to continue to give prize supports for that sort of thing. But we're going to have, I think, having tournaments within the app itself is just going to really increase accessibility to it. And so we're excited about all the potential neat stuff that we can do there. So yeah, that's it's something we're really looking forward to.
Yeah, it was really fun playing in the tournament. I will say that I normally play asynchronously, is that what we call it, when you do like the 48-hour turns.
Yeah.
And I'm like the longest games ever. If anyone's ever played me, you know this. So the tournaments are real time. So if you think this sounds like something really cool that you want to do, then I would recommend you play a little bit more real time games to get your real time game going on. I need to play some more real time games before I play in my next tournament. So
in the real time games, you have a timer, and basically, I can't remember the exact details, but it's a certain amount of time for every turn. If you have time left on your timer when you end your turn, I think half of that time proceeds on to the next turn. And whenever you make any kind of play, it adds a couple seconds to your clock. So maybe, you maybe have 45 seconds on your clock when your turn starts, and that's clicking down. And then you play a scout, well, it adds a couple seconds. You play another scout, that adds a couple seconds. So every time you do something, that will add time. So if you have a million things you need to do in the turn, like, you're drawing cards and you're playing cards and you're activating bases, every time you do one of those little actions, it does add a little bit of time. However, if you want to stop and sort of think about, okay, what do I want to do here? Do I want to activate this ally ability first? Do I want to buy something from the trade row first? Do I want to scrap something from the trade row first? And you're sort of thinking through your turn. You have a limited amount of time to do that, so your opponent doesn't have to, wait too long on those live plays. So if you haven't played live, you're going to want to do a little bit of it to get used to that before you jump into the tournament.
Yeah, just more if you're not used to it. And I didn't run out of time. I never ran out of time. I just there was a couple times I was like, I have so much to do. Like, what do I do? I wanted to do everything in the right order. So, if you're thinking you might want to do in the tournament, like I was saying, I would just recommend that you, play a little bit more real time. And also it was different format, different sets. So, get familiar with the different sets, because if you haven't played I know some people haven't played in tournaments because you have to go to the third-party sites. It's a little more complicated without it being in the app. But I'm hoping personally that, I think we should have one for level 10s and below. But yeah, I'm hoping that we'll get more people playing in tournaments that maybe haven't played in tournaments before, because it was super fun, and we can try out doing different formats and for different, target segments and stuff. First tournament ever that you can only play if you've never played in a tournament before.
Maybe basically we're going to be playing around with the best way to structure these, and obviously we want to make sure that that the tournaments fill up and people get to play. So we'll probably start once tournaments are in the app, we'll start with a relatively slow schedule, and then we'll add tournaments as things go, to sort of make sure that we're not flooding with too many tournaments, so that the tournaments don't get enough people. We'll make sure that those tournaments are going. But if the demand is huge, we'll just keep adding tournaments until we get to that right number. Let's see. So, all right. So I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about arena formats. So every week in the Star Realms app, there is a new arena format. This week's arena format. So every arena, you try and get 6 wins before you get 2 losses. You get 1 entry for free each week, and for I think it's 10 credits, you can or 20 credits, I think you can rejoin the arena. So it's very cheap to play. I think it's like equivalent of about 20 cents if you want to play another sort of arena match after you've completed, after you've used that free one. So you can just play the free one every week, or if you want, you can buy some credits in the app, and then you can play additional times. If you can get 6 wins. Each week we have a different card, foil version of a different card in the app. So if you had that card in your deck in future games, it would be animated with some cool foil effects on the card. And the arena is lots of fun because we changed the rules of the game a little bit every arena, every week. So basically, you get to try out sort of some new stuff in Star Realms. Really keeps the game fresh. This week's arena is very simple, but it gives a surprising amount of depth to what's going on. So basically, in this format, a random faction will be missing from the game when you play. So you'll start up a game of the arena, and that game, either the Machine Cult, the Blob, the Trade Federation, or the Star Empire will just not be in the set. So those cards just will not be available. And depending on which one of those isn't there, each set has specific mechanics that they're good at, and they do. So when a set's when one of those factions is missing, the gameplay is gonna be pretty different. I played a few games of this. My first game this week, the faction that was missing was the Blob, and with the Blob missing, that means there's less damage in the deck, and free base destruction effects are going to be harder to find. So that led me to thinking, I probably want to kind of have a combo defensive strategy, get a lot of card scrapping with the Machine Cult cards, which is going to be more frequent because, it's one of 3 factions now instead of 4. Concentrate on discard and bases. My opponent came very close to killing me at sort of the midpoint in the game, but then that sort of defensive strategy took over, and I was able to get that sort of crazy scenario where you've just got base after base after base after base in play, and they're surviving from turn to turn and making your opponent discard with Star Empire, etc. Now every game you play of this, you're going to have a different set missing. So it may be like last game I played, the Machine Cult was missing. So without the Machine Cult, there's going to be no deck thinning. So your deck's going to be large and growing. And things like the draw and discard effects from the Star Empire are extra valuable because you can you're going to have weak cards to discard to those. Scouts and Vipers are going to still be in your deck throughout the game. However, like discard effects, not so good when Machine Cult isn't part of the equation, because make your opponent discard 1 or 2 cards. They're just going to be like, all right, here goes a Viper, here goes a Scout. So if the Trade Federation is missing, you're going to have you'll be missing that authority gain. A lot of your good defensive bases won't be there. So depending on which set isn't there, that's going to change the nature of the game. So if your game is missing the Trade Fed, so you've only got the Blob, the Star Empire, and the Machine Cult, that's going to be a really aggressive game. Like there's going to be a lot of damage coming fast and furious. There's going to be ability to blow up bases that are in play, and with a little deck thinning sprinkled in to get to those Star Empire and Blob damage cards more quickly. So you're going to want to look at that starting board, figure out which faction is not there, and then adjust your strategy accordingly to what sets you've got available in the game. And finally, I just wanted to do a quick shout out to that tournament we mentioned. Zim was victorious. Deb did a good showing, but she got taken out.
The test tournament.
Yeah. So that test tournament I was talking about earlier. I
thought I was gonna win.
Yeah, you made a good run. But yeah,
no, I didn't think I was gonna win. I don't usually make it to the top 8, but I had a good day.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a really good run.
Yeah, yes, you knew it was going to go well because she got paired up against Darwin in the first round and managed to win that one. I was like, all right, she's on
then
fire.
I was like all confident, like I can beat anyone now.
Meanwhile, I'm getting crushed in my games.
Let's see. We have a yes, I'm saying so.
Just checking the comments real quick here.
Realms translated in Spanish. So I have a few questions that have come up, and I'll include this one. So Octavio asked if Star Realms is translated into Spanish. So I know that you mentioned you get your products from Devere. So I think you mentioned Hero. So in a previous question, you said you were waiting on the second campaign, The Lost Village, from Devere, which I'm guessing is also in Spanish. So Devere is our partner in Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian. So I know that we were just approving some files for Devere this week. I don't know off the top of my head which set it was, but I know that they're continuing to move along and publishing more of our sets. So if you don't have The Lost Village yet, we've significantly improved our process. Adam has done an amazing job on having all the files ready for the forum partners. So, when they want to localize a particular set, we have all the files ready for them to be able to take and to do that. So basically they, change the language and, insert it into the card files. So, and yes, they do Star Realms as well. Star Realms should already be available in Spanish from Devere. So if you, check, I don't know what country you're located in, but wherever Devere distributes through, you should be able to get Star Realms. If you can't, let us know, because definitely Star Realms has already been, translated and published in Spanish. So we can maybe ping Devere and let them know, that people are looking for Star Realms in Spanish. And then someone asked about, they're, I guess, waiting for Hero Realms and Star Realms expansions. So this is someone else. We need more. Okay, so I know that they're moving forward. So we've been reviewing multiple sets from them. So you will be seeing more things coming out from them. So just be a little bit patient. Some things are in the works. Also, Carlos asked, I think you were from Peru, Carlos, if we could have bundles on our e-commerce site. So we actually do have bundles, but I think what the issue is, and they're pretty significantly discounted, is we were out of some of our products. So we can't have the bundle if one of the items is missing.
Yes, so the bundle will automatically go offline when we're missing one of the components.
So for example, Hero Realms has been out of stock. So the bundle with Hero Realms is not showing because the base game's not showing in stock. So I'll make a note to go back into the website, because Hero Realms is now back in stock. So the Hero Realms bundles we can make available again. And I know Crisis was out of stock, and that will be coming in a couple of months. So we don't have every single set in stock. I think Crisis we're still waiting on. But I'll take a look and see what bundles are there, and maybe we can create a couple of bundles for new people who are new like yourself and trying to get quite a few of our games at a discounted rate. Like, we definitely, if people buying multiple things want to give you a discount, it just, I may need to look and create some new bundles for you. So thank you. We're excited that you want some of our products.
See, Star Rangers asking about updates on the Star Realms High Alert and Epic Jungle Kickstarter. So we did an update a little while ago with our shipping schedule, and an extremely frustrating thing about Chinese New Year from a fulfillment perspective is things go really dark. It's very hard to communicate with anyone or figure out what status is. So, my expectation before I started dealing with international shipping would be that I would be able to easily track the exact location of my stuff at all times, enter a code and see exactly where it was. No. Basically, we're working with multiple
times in the last week for an update.
We're working with big international shipping companies. We're paying huge amounts of money to ship stuff around. We got booked on a container where it had the scheduled departure dates, which we listed, and we're like, hey, did we make it on the boat? Where's our stuff at? When will it arrive? And they're like, yeah, well, we're waiting on updates. We'll let you know when we have information. So
is that they think they've probably gone out because they didn't get anything saying they didn't go
Yeah.
out, but like it goes quiet. But now it seems like people are back in the office. So I think in the next
Yeah.
couple of days we'll get updates on that. I think they've sent in it. We've sent multiple inquiries. They sent an inquiry, but they haven't heard back yet.
Yeah. So nothing quite so reassuring as we think it probably's good.
Probably went. Don't lose sleep over
but we
it.
are don't worry, we are continuously checking on this. As soon as we have information, we'll let you know. Hopefully everything made it on. If something didn't make it, we'll of course arrange a new shipment for it. That'll of course push things way back. So hopefully, knock on wood, everything made it on, and we are eagerly awaiting updates from the freight companies and are pinging them on a regular basis. So as soon as we have the information on that, we're going to do an update on the Kickstarter and let you guys know.
Yeah, and we're very hopeful and optimistic.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So it looks like we're out of questions and we've covered a lot. So I think we'll see you all next week.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
For joining. We appreciate it. And it was nice seeing you.